Basically, y'all trying to charge somebody up under a corporation, and I'm not a corporation. I need to
I don't
see
know what you're
something.
talking about, Mr. McDaniel, and quite frankly, I'm not in the mood to entertain it.
I don't care about your move.
I believe that brings us to Brantley White on the record in BU 2025 TR. Okay, looks like Judge Murphy back on August 20. Looks like there's been some discussion about the releasing somebody from his bond. Yeah, 1,500 cash bond posted. Mr. Regier, what's your position on Mr. White's failure to appear?
One moment, Your Honor. Something has just been brought to my attention regarding this matter. If I may request a 2-minute recess.
Granted.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we've also had a late add-on. He was from this morning. He was just in the waiting room, so I went ahead and added him because he had his case number and everything.
Didn't he fail to appear? Didn't I call him?
Yes, you did. You already addressed his case earlier, but I wanted to let you know he is now here.
All right, let me ponder that.
Your Honor, the state's information is that 2 motions were filed on August 27th. In my role as prosecutor, I do not represent the defendant in that, and therefore I cannot speak as to the substance of the 2 motions. However, at this time, given the apparent failure to appear on the record, the state makes at first an oral motion to dismiss both motions for lack of prosecution.
When were they filed?
August 27th, 2025, by the state's information, Your Honor.
Okay, defendant's motion to dismiss and defendant's motion to challenge jurisdiction. Motion to dismiss. To the Honorable Judge of the Court, I, Brantley White, respectfully move this court to dismiss the above referenced case. The grounds for this motion are as follows. Lack of jurisdiction. The court may not have proper jurisdiction over me in this matter. Procedural defects. There are defects in the citation and or service of process. Violation of constitutional rights. My rights under the United States Constitution and the Kansas Constitution may have been violated in the handling of this case. Based on the foregoing, I respectfully request that the court dismiss this case and enter an order to that effect. Respectfully submitted, Brantley White, 8/27/25. And then the other one seems like it might be. Oh, it's Brantley White. Motion to challenge jurisdiction. To the Honorable Judge of the Court, I, Brantley White, respectfully challenge the jurisdiction of this court over me and the above referenced case. I request a formal hearing to determine whether this court has the authority to proceed with this matter. I further request that this motion be entered into the official record. Respectfully submitted, Brantley White, date 8/27/25. And your response is to dismiss them for lack of prosecution. Is that what you said, Mr. Regier?
Yes, Your Honor, and as well as to state a legal claim on which relief may be granted.
These motions are both dismissed for lack of legal claim and lack of prosecution. You may journalize accordingly, Mr. Regier, noting that the defendant failed to appear to even argue his motions or to comply with any orders to be here.
Thank you, Your Honor. Additionally, the state's information is that a bond was previously executed for an appearance on August 27th, 2025. It would appear at that setting, the defendant did appear in person with Judge Pro Tem Murphy presiding. It would appear that the matter was continued to today's date and time at the request of the defense, and the court did enter an order that the defendant was to appear in person. It would appear that the defendant is in violation of that order. Previously, it would appear that this court conducted a hearing back in July by Zoom, and the court entered similar orders that the defendant shall appear in person. With all that being said, the state is seeking a bench warrant bond forfeiture. The state is seeking, under these circumstances, a somewhat higher bond to a $5,000 cash or surety bond.
At this time, the court does issue a bond forfeiture, a bench warrant. And what recommendation did you have for the surety bond?
5,000 cash or surety, Your Honor, under these particular circumstances.
5,000 cash or surety bond will be the order as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not hearing a response. Matthew McDaniel?
Am I supposed to say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the state of Kansas versus Matthew R. McDaniel, case number 2025 CR 454. Mr. McDaniel appears from the El Dorado Correctional Facility's Zoom location. Amber Norris appears for the state. This is a first appearance in the case. Count 1 alleges murder in the second degree, a level 1 person felony. Since a felony is involved, you will not be asked to plead at this time, Mr. McDaniel. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made by this court. Previously, this court appointed James Watts as your attorney. He's on this meeting with us. Mr. Watts, I'm proposing our next court date for preliminary hearing control to be 11 o'clock a.m. on December the 31st.
11
December
o'clock.
31 at 11.
Yes, sir. I can do that.
Very well. This matter will be set for a preliminary hearing control setting, 11 o'clock a.m. on December 31, 2025. Obviously, the facility will need to have Mr. McDaniel on the meeting again in a similar way that they've accommodated the court today.
Hey, this is a first appearance.
This is your first appearance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to see some paperwork for this or something. I'm not aware of this.
Okay, I'm making you aware that you've got a murder in the second degree charge currently pending in our court.
Yeah, I need to see some writing for this, because from what I understand, this is basically y'all trying to charge somebody up under a corporation, and I'm not a corporation. I need to see
I don't know what
something.
you're talking about, Mr. McDaniel, and quite frankly, I'm not in the mood to entertain it.
I don't care about your mood. Fuck you and your mood.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Where's the
Let's set your court date. Appointed you a lawyer. I'm sure the lawyer will provide you a copy of your charges. And we'll see you by Zoom on December 31 at 11 o'clock a.m. As far as a bond is concerned, the point's almost moot because of your current incarcerated status. I think we probably already have a bond set in this case. Checking that.
Your Honor, I believe it was a summons, so I don't think that the court has set a bond in regards to Mr. McDaniel's case. And I do believe that I do believe that he is in custody for a significant period of time. I mean, multiple
The court
years.
has to establish a bond in this case, and we'll do so. $750,000 cash or a professional surety required. Very well. Bond's been set. Counsel appointed. Next court date set. Unless, Ms. Norris, you know of other business. Mr. Watts, you do?
Your Honor, just so I'm clear, Your Honor set that as a preliminary hearing control date on the 31st?
Correct. Are
Okay.
you in a position to be able to schedule an evidentiary hearing at this time?
Judge, given the nature of this case, I presume my client will want to have an evidentiary preliminary hearing. And I can schedule that if you wish to, or I can
Okay.
go and attempt
Your
to
Honor-
make contact with my client first.
Your Honor, we have not sent discovery, I don't believe. And like I said, Mr. McDaniel's in custody for several more years, maybe even life. So I don't think there's any rush. And I don't actually have Mr. Sweeney's calendar, and that's whose case this actually would be. So if we could maybe keep the 31st date, it might be better.
That's fine, Your Honor. I just want to make sure that's what we were doing that day.
That's what we'll schedule an evidentiary hearing if one is requested on that date, Mr. Watts. And if you can go ahead when you get discovery and send a copy of the charges to your client, he apparently wants to see them.
I have a great deal of discovery, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Very well. If there's nothing further at this time, then the Matthew McDaniel matter will be in recess at this time. We'll move on to another case on the docket.
Your Honor, if it's possible, could I, while the court's taking up that docket, could I do a breakout with Mr. McDaniel?
You can go ahead and set that up at this time, Andy. Mr. McDaniel, we're gonna put you in a breakout session, a separate session with your attorney by Zoom at this time, all right?